welcome back to Gamer Sanctuary. It's Saturday afternoon. Oscar and I have got the day off. We were hoping to be playing with a couple of the other guys, but we're by ourselves today. So I decided to take both the armies I brought today, put them on the table against each other, and we'll see what they do. This is going to be Oscar's first game of 40k, where he's not using his Orks. So for him, it's going to be a neat experience. Let's take a look and see what we've got. You've seen this a lot lately, and you're going to keep seeing it because it's a lot of fun to play. So this is my 1500 point Harlequins, the Mask of the Black Hole Sun. I have my Troopmaster Warlord there with a Harlequin Caress and Fusion Pistol. He is with 6 other Harlequins. There are 3 Harlequin Kisses, another Caress, 2 Embraces, 1 Nero Disruptor in that squad. There is a Shadow Seer, level 2 upgrade right there, and a Death Jester as well. In that they're going to be on foot. I was lucky enough to get Dance of Shadows as a power for them, so they're going to have Stealth and Shrouded, and the Veil of Tears up as well, so they're going to be hard to shoot at, hopefully, if everything works right. I have 2 other troops to fill out the troop requirements for the detachment. Power Sword on the Troopmaster. This one has 2 Fusion Pistols, and this one has 3 Harlequin Kisses, and they're both in Starweavers. I have 2 squads of Skyweaver jet bikes. They're identical. All 6, have Haywire cannons, and then there is a Zephyr Glaive in each. I've got a Void Weaver in the back with the Haywire cannon as well, and then I have the Hero's Path formation up here. Level 2 Shadow Seer with a Nero Disruptor, Solitaire, and Death Jester. All the characters in the army, except for the 2 Death Jesters, have Haywire grenades as well, and it brings me right up to almost 1500 points. So we're at 1496, I think. Oscar is going to be playing my Imperial Allies army. This is something I whipped together real quick just to show what you can do with formations and allies and all the stuff 7th edition is really capable of. We're going to start with the primary detachment of the Militarium Tempestus Stormtroopers. There is a Lord Commissar in there. She has a Power Sword and Plasma Pistol. I have 2 squads of Tempestus Guardsmen with 10 in this one with 2 Meltaguns. The Tempestor has a Plasma Pistol and a Power Fist, and they're riding in a Valkyrie that is kitted out with 2 MRL launchers, las cannon, and heavy bolters in the doors. This squad of 5 has 2 Plasma Guns, and they are going to be in the Toraks Prime with the missile launcher and autocannons. There's also an Inquisitor, level 1 Inquisitor with a Force Sword. He is going to be the Warlord for today. He has the Hatred special rule as his Warlord trait, which is pretty cool. Oscar decided he wanted to go with Pyromancy powers just because he likes burning things, so he has Spontaneous Combustion and Flame Breath. In addition, we have a Space Marine Allied detachment. We're going to just be playing them as Ultramarines today. These are my Death Guard models because that's what I had in the box, but hey, that's okay. Captain with a Relic Blade, that's it. 5 Tactical Marines, all with bolters, no Veteran Sergeant upgrade, and a missile launcher. And then there's a Dreadnought with Twinling las cannons. And then, of course, in the back we have the Knight Acheron as the Lord of War / Knight Allied detachment. So this is 1500 points as well. Here we have a shot of the table after deployment. I have my jet bikes in the middle. Both my speeders are on the side. My Void Weaver's right there. I've got my Solitaire hiding underneath the building out of line of sight. The Shadow Seer is in the ruins as well. She's going to move up and start psychic shenaniganing people. The other Death Jester infiltrated right there to get a good line of fire. Keeping him in the ruins, of course, to give him 2 up cover saves. Oscar's got a tactical squad with a missile launcher right here. Toraks Prime full of guardsmen right there. Dreadnought in the middle to kind of go to either side. And the Knight is right there. Everything else he has is in reserve. The Valkyrie, is going to come on from reserve with the other 10 Stormtroopers in it, as well as the Captain and the Inquisitor. The Commissar is in that group, I think. Oscar, where'd you put the Commissar? Is she in that squad? Okay, she's in that squad. All right, so we're going to go. Oscar has first turn. We are going to be playing Tactical Escalation. We got 6 objectives on the table. There's 1 here. There's 2. 3, of course, on the very top because Oscar likes to do that stuff. 4 right here. 5 in the woods here, and 6 is right under his missile launcher guy behind the window. We are playing Tactical Escalation, like I said, so we draw 1 card. Up to 1 card for equal to the number of turns we are playing. So in turn 1 we have 1 card, turn 2 we have 2. Oscar has the first turn unless I can seize. Toss me a die, kiddo. Let's see. Do I get to go first? No, I don't. Do we have night fighting also? We do. We have night fighting. Turn 1 coming up. Top of turn 1, Oscar draws Supremacy as his objective, so the Knight move forward to grab that one. And the Toraks move forward to grab that one. His tactical marines back there are already holding it. You can see the look on his face. This was not a good turn for him. It was just miserable. He needed to knock me off of an objective. He was going to have a hard time getting that one. Getting me to run away from that because it's surrounded by Harlequins. And that one I had my Starweaver in cover. So he just decided to try shooting stuff. I didn't realize, I wasn't paying any attention to the fact that the Akron has the Flamer and the Shadow Seer was sitting right there. So he drops the Flamer template over her and 2 of my jet bikes, and then promptly rolls triple 1s to wound. It was really bad. Heavy Bolter then shot over here at the Voidweaver and did nothing. Dreadnought's last cannon shot at the Voidweaver. I used my 4-up invuln save. It did nothing again. The Torox shot at the Starweaver, did nothing. The crack missile from the attack marines glanced it, and the first failed save I made was right there. So I took a hull point off on a glance, and that's it. All my guys are still effective. They've used, these two have both used their invuln saves, and so did the jet bikes against the Flamer. So I burned that one. That's it, though. I otherwise am completely fine. So we're going to move into bottom of turn 1. I'll draw my cards and then see if I can't take that knight out in 1 turn. Bottom of turn 1 was just about as bad as the top of turn 1. I did manage to inflict more than 1 hull point, but not a significant, a lot more. I had 2 fusion pistols get in range to shoot from that Starweaver, and they did nothing. Oscar made his invuln save. I missed with 1. My jet bikes, who are no longer there, both came up right here in the middle and shot 6 haywire blasters. 1 of them scattered off completely. The others all hit, and I only managed to do a grand total of 2 hull points. He has 4 left. Voidweaver also took 1 off. So that's it. He's going to wreck me. That's not good. I also had 2 haywire grenades from my Solitaire and my Shadow Seer in the building. They did nothing. The Solitaire came 9 inches straight up and a couple inches forward to grab objective 1, which was my the card I drew.
Super Mario.
Yeah, he did a Super Mario jump all the way up. This Harlequin troop came forward into the ruins and tried to shoot at the Torox. The transport over here managed to take off a single hull point, and that's it. The Death Jester did kill the Marine that was standing on top, sniped him out, but Oscar made his leadership check, so they're standing put. And that was just bad. That's just bad. So Oscar's going to roll for his reserves, see if the flyer comes in, and then just stomp on something with that knight. Top of turn 2, Oscar's luck turned around big time for him. The knight advanced to the corner of the building, flamed at these jet bikes, did a wound to them, and then heavy bolted the 3 that were in the building. Didn't touch them with that, but we'll come back to him in a sec. The Valkyrie came screaming on. The 10-man Stormtrooper squad with the Space Marine captain and the Inquisitor jumped out right there to grab that objective. Dreadnought advanced. Those Stormtroopers jumped out to hold that objective while the Torox came flying over here. It went combat speed to here. And then it went flat out in the movement phase to grab this because it's a dedicated troop transport. It has objective secured. So he was able to snake that objective out from underneath my Harlequins. Smart move. Those guys are still holding that objective. He blew up the Starweaver over here with plasma guns, plasma pistols from that squad. I lost 1 guy in the explosion, and they are not pinned. Over here, I took a wound on my troop master also. Thank you. Over here, all the plasma pistol, melta guns, and bolt pistols and whatnot shot at the troops who popped out of the transport after the Valkyrie got first blood by blowing it up with heavy bolter fire, which is good for him. I'm down to 2 troops left. I've got a fusion pistol and a regular Harlequin there. I took 1 hull point off the Voidweaver from the Dreadnought's last cannon. It is stunned. I'm sorry, shaken. It is shaken as well. And then the knight charged into those jet bikes and just annihilated him. Killed 1 with a hammer wrath, and the other he hit all 5 times with his attacks, and it wasn't even close. Didn't even need to make saves. So Oscar scored first blood from blowing up that Starweaver. And then he also had supremacy because he's actually holding 1 objective here, 2 objectives there, 3 objectives here. He snaked this one for 4, and he still has that one for 5. He almost had domination this turn. But that one is going to be hard for everyone else to get, except me because I ignore it.
Harlequin.
Yeah, Harlequins are just going to Mario jump everywhere. Anyway, so he got D3 points for that and rolled a 2. Or rolled 2 points to roll a 4. So that gives Oscar 3 points to my 1, and we're going to go into bottom of turn 2, see if I can't fight back. Bottom of turn 2, there's not a whole lot of Oscar stuff left on the table, but what is there is really nasty. My jet bikes jumped over here and threw 2 of the Star Bullets at that clump of Stormtroopers, the captain's the only thing left. Everything, including the Inquisitor, died. I hit 16 times with the Star Bolts. Never have been that lucky with those things. I always scatter off them. Wounded 14 times. Anyway, the Void Weaver came over here to try to snapfire and help out. Did nothing. I had the 2 Harlequins there. One with the fusion pistol. Went for a lucky shot on the back of the knight, hiding right there, and I missed. Actually, no, I hit, but I only rolled a 3 to pen, and that doesn't get through armor 12 in the back. The Shadow Seer jumped upstairs to grab that objective to try to give me supremacy. I was going for a long shot. I had to clear that objective, and my Death Jester had to take out the Toraks over there. He did 1 hull point with shooting, and then tried to charge it. I generally don't give my Death Jesters Haywire Grenades because I don't see them in combat a lot, and I probably should have. It would have paid off because he would have been able to blow that tank up. As it is, it's still alive, and it's just glanced, so it's only taken hull points, and it's fully functional. But over here, Commissar and her squad were annihilated by 2 Harlequin squads right here, and they're hiding in the cover, hoping that they can make some cover saves. Anyway, we're gonna move into turn 3. Oscar, like I said, he's got his expensive stuff still kicking. I did charge in the fight right here. Did 1 wound to the captain, and he got 1 hit back. I made my endpoint save. So this is still going because he made his leadership check. And the Solitaire failed to get it. Rolled poorly on the fleet roll. Anyway, that was turn 2. Turn 3 coming up. Top of turn 3 was really miserable for me. We'll just move this way. The knight moved back and flamered both the Harlequins right there and the Void Weaver. Void Weaver, he failed to pen on, even with the ordnance hit, but he penned it with heavy bolters. So both Harlequins are dead. The Void Weaver's dead. The captain managed to do a single wound to the jet bikes in close combat, and then I rolled a 9 for their leadership check. They broke, and they're running this way as fast as they can. They rolled 16 on their runaway roll, so we'll see if they can regroup. Solitaire was ignored completely. The Valkyrie went into hover mode and backed up, and then unloaded on the Harlequins in there. It was murderous. The 2 large blasts, yeah, Oscar got some revenge. The 2 large blasts from the missile pods. He even snap fired and hit with the las cannon, and 3 of the heavy bolter hits all hit with snap fires. It was just miserable, awful. Anyway, the Dreadnought just backed up, and he shot at and actually killed a Harlequin with a las cannon. Oscar did all this moving back into his zone because he drew hold the line. So now his Valkyrie, the Dreadnought, and those tactical Marines who haven't moved got him hold the line. The Knight and the Toraks got him behind enemy lines. So he now got the points for that as well. And then he got psychological warfare for making them break. So he just, like Oscar does, scores every single point he possibly could. My Troop Master Warlord did take a single wound. And they are pinned because they went to ground, but they made their leadership check. So Oscar has 6 points. You said? Mm-hmm. Yep, 6 points. You discarded 1 card, right? Yeah, you discarded a card. No, wait, you got 6 points from cards, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
Plus you got first blood.
No, 4 points and 5 points.
You sure?
Yeah, because I got 4 for.
How many cards do you have?
I have.
Okay, you only have 4 cards. Okay. So Oscar has 6 points. Right now I scored Dance of Death last turn for a single point, and I got my secure objective 1 up there earlier. So I have 2 points.
No, 3. Warlord.
And Warlord. So I have 3 points. Yep. So anyway, it's 6-3 going to the bottom of turn 3. What are we forgetting?
Never mind.
Nothing. 6-3 going into the bottom of turn 3. Let's see if I can't draw some cards I can actually score. All the action in the bottom of 3 happened right here. Solitaire moved within an inch, threw a Haywire Grenade, and failed to do anything on the Valkyrie. Charged it, got 1 glancing hit with the Harlequin Caress, and then 1 more with just his regular close combat attacks, bring him down to a single hull point, but he's alive and threatening. Over here, jet bikes regrouped and moved to the edge of the building with a 3-inch move, which put them within 3 inches of objective 5 right there, which was one of my cards. The Knight is just a hair out of 3 inches, so I actually snaked that from the Knight. The Death Jester ran back up in the building to grab objective 3 right there for another point, and then shot the Toraks and wrecked it. And that was it. So I scored 2 more points right there. I Laugh with Sorrow, 2 wounds off the captain, and then shot him to death with the Neurodisruptor as well. So the Shadow Seer did her job right there. So I'm at 5, Oscar's at 6. We're going to move into turn 4. Top of turn 4, Oscar draws Witch Hunter, Ascendancy, Secure Objective 3, and Secure Objective 5. 4. Sorry, 4. So the Valkyrie swung over here to grab 4, and then shot at and killed 2 more of the Harlequins over there. Made some cover saves finally. The Dreadnought shot at, then charged the Solitaire, did a wound. So dropped the Solitaire down to 1. But I hit him with a Haywire Grenade in Overwatch, and they got 2 glances with my Harlequin Caress in combat and wrecked the Dreadnought. So that was kind of a nice bonus. The Knight over here flamed at, heavy boltered, and then charged the jet bikes to death, and would manage to stay within 3 inches of the objective right here to grab Ascendancy. So there's 1, 2, 3 objectives still under there for Oscar for that. And then he killed my Shadow Seer as part of that squad with the shots from the Vendetta, or the Valkyrie. So that gave him another 3 victory points this turn to bring him up to 9, and I have 5. But I'm going to try to get tricky and do some big scoring in my turn. Hopefully I get the right card. So I get to draw 4. I was hoping for some good cards, and that failed. So that should have been an indicator as to what my turn was going to be. I drew Witch Hunter, which I can't score because I've already killed his Psyker. I drew Joy of Lament to cause a Fear of Pinning test when all he's got is the Knight, the Dreadnought, the Valkyrie, and 4 Space Marines over there. So that's probably not going to happen. Secure Objective 2, they're holding. And Strike and Evade, which is hit and run, which I had nothing in combat to hit and run with, so I got 0 points that turn, essentially. To make matters worse, the Death Jester was out of range, so he had to move over here and then jump down out of cover, so now he's vulnerable. The Solitaire, I wanted to try to blitz. I shouldn't, I don't know why, I wanted to get the extra attacks, but I wanted to try to blitz over here. I'm thinking I can get a 12 or 14 to get close enough to that Knight to make it an easy charge, right? I roll a 6 total on 4 dice. 2 1s and 2 2s. So the only option I really have was to charge the Valkyrie, and as luck would have it, I don't even want to put this on camera, but this is what I rolled for my attacks on the Knight. That would have been 5 glancing hits with the Harlequin Caress. On the 4 hull points on the Knight, I would have taken the Knight out with the Solitaire. Yeah, that's just bad. The one smart thing I did this turn, the Shadow Seer came close enough to cast Dance with Shadows on my Warlord, so now he has Stealth Enshrouded in the Woods. He no longer has to go to ground to try to stay alive. Anyway, Valkyrie is dead, though. That also helps. Turn 5 coming up. Oscar gets 5 new cards, and maybe he's going to draw something it's turn 5. Oh, you already have one? What'd you keep?
I didn't get Secure Objective 3.
Oh, yeah, Secure Objective 3, that one. So anyway, turn 5 coming up. Oscar gets 4 new cards, and still has a 9-5 lead. All right, this is all of turn 5 in one shot. The Knight charged in at my Solitaire. I failed to hit him with an Overwatch Grenade again, but I did get to go first in combat. I stripped off another hull point with Harlequin Caress, and because of the weapon skill 9 versus weapon skill 5, he's rolling 5s to hit. He failed to hit on all the swings. I'm thinking, I'm happy I'm going to hit and run out of there, maybe charge him again next turn and finish him off. And then I remembered, oh yeah, he's got stomp attacks to go. So Oscar got 3 stomps. First one was the regular strength 6 one, did nothing. The second one was a 6, and Solitaire got splitched. He's gone, he's dead. So he consolidated back here to come closer for Line Breaker for next turn to get a point. Smart move. Oscar did get 1 point for Secure Objective 2 again in his turn, so he has 10. In my turn, again, I drew a whole bunch of garbage. Joy of Lament, Overwhelming Firepower, Secure Objective 2, Kingslayer, which is helpful. So I tried. I really did. I charged over there with my with Troop Master, and the Death Jester came up here towards the edge of the woods, and I killed the 2 guys on the bottom with lucky shots. Death Jester did cause one of the casualties, so figured maybe I'll make him fail a leadership check and pull him towards me and then charge him with the Troop Master. No such luck. Oscar rolls a 6 for his leadership check, and he's good. I can't see anybody else on there. There's only 2 Marines left in there, and they're both on the 2nd floor behind the wall. So my Troop Master cannot charge them to finish them off, which left me with a handful of objectives I couldn't complete. I discarded one, the one that I have to hit and run for, which is really terrible at this point in the game. I did get 3 points from Kingslayer, though, which put me up to 8 points. So at the moment, it is 10-8. Oscar's going to roll the die, see if the game ends. On a 1 or 2, it ends. It goes on to turn 6. Turn 6 is one video. The Knight came over here to grab Linebreaker, so he's got Linebreaker for an extra point in his pocket. He then shot his Heavy Bolter at the Death Jester and took a wound off him. The Marines came out of the cover and shot their bolt pistols at the Troop Master and finished him off there. So Oscar had a bunch of options because he had Assassinate. He was hoping to get the Death Jester with the Knight, and then charge the Troop Master and issue a challenge with his Sergeant, but killing him in combat still gave him Assassinate and Warlord. So Oscar now has 12 points with a 13th in his pocket from the Knight. And in my turn, in return, I killed one Marine with the Death Gesture on a rending hit. And then, of course, he rolls another 6 with his leadership check. And the Sergeant is still kicking. I tried to charge him and failed with a fleet roll, and nothing happened in Overwatch. So I scored 0 points. So it's 12-8, and we did roll for turn 7. So Oscar has turn 7 coming up. All right, the game is over. It didn't even get to the bottom of turn 7 because Oscar shot my Death Gesture off the table with the Sergeant giving him 1 point for overwhelming firepower. He had another point because the Knight backed up to grab objective 5. And then now he still has Linebreaker with the Knight. So that is 15 points to my 8. Good win for Oscar. What do you think of the Imperial Allies list? It's got a whole bunch of different fun stuff to play.
I like it.
Yeah,
They have some plasma pistols.
Plasma, yeah.
Halo.
Yep, Oscar's a big Halo fan. So anyway, good game, good game. It was a lot closer than it seemed. The points at the end, Oscar just kept getting objectives he could score towards the end, and I kept getting garbage. That's how Maelstrom works. So thanks for watching, and tune in again soon.